Welcome to chapter 4. How do we make children inclined towards developing language in early years? The first and foremost is having real conversation with children, like not making up conversations or posing questions that encourage dialogues. Say even if you talk to a toddler, most children try to feel like they're not going to respond. So how does it matter if I talk to the child? But parents who are conscious enough in developing language, they ensure that whatever they're thinking, whatever they want to communicate with the child, they're using full sentences and full language as they would have spoken to an adult. So if the child is sleeping, you generally say, I see you are sleeping. Are you sleepy? Do you want me to put a song or a rhyme? Of course, the child is not going to respond, but the child is listening. What are you saying? What are you intending to say? And your job is to feed as much as you can, like through words, gestures, actions, and having that experience of language around through music, rhyme, your words, having communication in the family, etc. The second strategy that I would recommend you to try is have fun with language yourself. I'll tell you how to have fun. Why children love rhyming songs or rhymes are because the words in the rhymes are rhyming. So chingy, wingy, dipsy. Have you seen Teletubbies sort of cartoons on YouTube, Netflix now? That it's one of the best that I recommend as an educationist because it talks about the words even though they don't have much dialogues, but they're focusing on couple words all the time. Similarly, as a parent, ensure that you don't put children most on the screen all the time. Just because I mentioned Teletubbies doesn't mean that you show them all the time, but have that audio or the surrounding, that rhyme is played on the music or the speaker and maybe a particular time. When children hear, they enjoy making sounds. I remember children say, what's your name? Shruti. So they used to laugh about it. Shruti, Vuti, and they laugh about it. Because they're working with the sounds. Fruity, trooty, they make sounds like it. So this is what is not a fun or a gibberish that's happening. This is in fact an academic goal that the child is achieving is of phonological awareness. Phonological awareness is nothing but when children relate the sounds and sort of, mix and match with it and figure out how it comes out. So that's the learning goal that children develop. Third strategy is very important strategies we already extensively spoken in the first course is having print-rich environment. So when you have language in the form of audio, auditory skills that children are gaining, they're listening to it, they have different games and exploration happening. Third is to have access to different prints. So always keep old books, brochures, newspaper, label things around, not like your house is labeled all the time, but at least child's belongings or some things that they are naturally talking about. So you can label that around. Let them notice different prints on the clock, on the calendar, on the picture, etc. As much as they see it, that's what is going to make them comfortable by observing and reading, seeing prints all around. And that will help them when they are recognizing the letters and learning to read. It will be easier for them to recognize couple words as a whole language approach. Whole language is like you say table. And when you say table, children think of a table. When you break the word and teach, that stops children to go in the flow. If you want your child to be a great reader and a writer and great person to kind of express and communicate, use whole language approach simultaneously when you talk about phonological language. It's nothing but showing the whole word as a picture so that children relate it with the later stage. The last is very important skill, which is use language and have fun yourself. When you are on your mobile or on your laptop all the time, or maybe you're not using books or print, and we expect children to do it, it's a very major gap that children are feeling unrelatable to. They see my mother and father, I don't see, or my guardian is not using it, so they don't feel relatable. The activity is not relatable to them. So to ensure that children get into that space of reading and writing per se, you have to set up a routine where, of course, maybe you're busy doing different stuff, but have one, say half hour to 15 minutes to half hour in your daily routine where children, you maybe read them with them. Maybe you have a reading time together. Maybe you pick a picture book and you're reading and child is just listening. Or if child gets older, maybe I'm picking my favorite book, you get yours, and let's have a reading time. So have that conscious effort made where children see you read and write. Hope you try these strategies and see and explore how children make fun with language and how they used to learning more languages when they grow old.